How can email marketing help your business or nonprofit organization? Hi, my name is Kurt Getzinger with Omaha Advertising. I'm here with Tom Luke with Luke Direct Marketing.
Hello, everybody. Let's talk email today.
Email is one of the most important things that companies can do.
Yeah. You know, whenever I teach, I always say email is my number 3. So after you have a logo or a brand for your business, and then you have a website, which is where you send everybody, to convert your customers. My number 3 for every business is email marketing.
That's right.
And whether you're talking email or Facebook or any other kind of digital marketing platform, the goal is to keep your business in front of as many people in your target market as possible.
That's top of mind. You want to keep them top of mind.
Yep. And email marketing, in my opinion, is underutilized and is one of the best places to do that.
I agree. So cost effective, and that's one of the benefits we'll talk about today.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy, and when we use it, when we practice what we preach, we see results ourselves, and certainly our clients do.
Yeah, definitely the consistency factor is important, whether in every part of digital marketing, whether you're emailing or again on Facebook, I use, because it's my number 4, the consistency of staying in front of people is important. For every $1 spent email marketing, there's a $38 return on that investment for email. So it is number 3 if consistently used. That's
$1 for every dollar invested and done properly. You can get $38 back in sales, donations. It is crazy effective. It really is. Some of the benefits of it, not only, of course, because it works so well, we talk about some of the benefits are you get more leads, you get more potential customers or patrons or donors. And we all, as businesses and nonprofits, are looking for that. That's why we market. And
exactly right. Yeah. So it's a great place or a great way to generate leads and also communicate with your customers.
Yes. Of course, we talked about sales. Sales in a business aspect, that's one of the most important things. So improve sales, qualified sales, and moving forward with those.
Yeah, a lot of times, I use an automated email where I have 5 emails in place. So that's a great way, once you get a lead and you email that person, you can create a series of 5 emails to convert them over a period of time where, each of those emails has a purpose to gain trust, to educate them on maybe your frequently asked questions about your business. But all those, at the end of that, you want to get that sale. I mean, that is the whole point.
Yeah, or maybe if you're working with patrons or potential donors, it's about that. It's always about that relationship. It's about storytelling, and it's about building a relationship with whoever you're emailing.
Right. Another benefit is the cost to email is low compared to other different mediums that you might use digitally. We both are constant contact solution providers, so anytime we have a client, we probably put them on that platform, and it's $40 for an account a month. And you can, upload your list to that. So it's very inexpensive. It's a very inexpensive way to get in front and stay in front of a lot of customers and prospects.
Tom worked in direct mail for years, and that's really your background, where you learned marketing.
That's right.
You think about the cost of direct mail what's a stamp nowadays? 49 cents per stamp. And now, of course, if you do bulk mail or pre-sorted, it's less expensive. But you can't even, direct mail has so many other things to go along with it. You've got, of course, the printing, the design, the writing. There's so many things about direct mail. Now, that is effective in some cases.
Yeah, in a higher price point areas, it can be really effective as well.
Yeah. So the cost of email marketing, tiny compared to it.
It's very low. It's easy to execute emails and put them together. It's just a quicker process. So that's another huge benefit of it. And it's a short sales cycle.
That's
true. if you have a
Yep.
blog post, it's easy to put, an image for your blog in the email with some teaser copy and send them back to your website with a link. And that doesn't take very, very long, to accomplish that and get them back to your website to convert that customer.
And ultimately, that's where you want to draw. I think I always talk with my clients about, and when we teach together, I always talk about the different types and the how active different forms of communication are. You've got a website that's very passive. It sits out there. Unless you're pushing traffic to it, it's just you're not gonna see people there.
Yeah, I always think of a website as just like an airport where, you send everybody to your, website to convert. That's the whole point of it.
That's true. That's absolutely true. So you've got a very passive website. Now, super important. Everyone has to have a website, obviously. So the website. Then you've got social media, which you show up in the timeline. It's kind of like this hybrid between email marketing, which is, I think, the most active form of communication. It is sent from you directly to the email, your recipient's email box. So in there, then social media has it's kind of a hybrid because it can utilize it's a timeline that is fleeting.
Mm-hmm, I agree. So, how do you build an email list?
That's always the first question that people ask.
Because the more emails you have when you send out an email campaign, you're going to reach more people. So you want to get as large of an email list as possible. So what are some of the ways that you can build your list of emails?
Well, and I think too, these people are subscribing to a qualified, opted-in list is the most important thing. Another people, sometimes when they're like, oh, I'll try email marketing, I'll go buy an email list.
Yeah.
I would never recommend that.
I would not do that either. But some of the ways that we can build it, of course, everybody that we come in contact with that we think might be interested in our products and services, so face-to-face when you meet people. Both Kurt and I teach, so we might be at the Do Space teaching a class and we get emails by getting in front of people and teaching. I teach Facebook, he's teaching a lot about video. So we get emails of those people and add them to our email list. What are some of the other ways that we get emails?
If you go to, first of all, point of sale. If, for instance, you're a retailer, when you're making that transaction, saying, "Hey, they're a customer? Can I have your email?" And asking them if you can correspond with them. That's
right. Pretty much, if you're selling widgets, cheese, whatever it is, when they buy online, you get their emails, so that naturally is going to be added to your email list.
That's right.
But those are some of the easy ways to build your list.
If you have a table, maybe you're at a trade show, get that punch bowl and say, join our email list and win this. I
always say there's no reason to go to a trade show unless you're getting those emails from people to follow up.
Yeah.
You can direct sell at some trade shows and people do that. But doing a giveaway and capturing emails is another great way to, build that list.
They say 91% of U.S. adults like to receive promotional emails from customers they do business with. I know I do. When I subscribe to whatever it could be, I want to hear from them. I want to find out when the sale's on, when new products come out.
Well, I think, all of us have passions in life or interest in. We want emails from I'm into horses, so I like getting emails from, horse-related products or stories. Of course I'm going to want those. So, anything that you're interested in, you'll want to get an email from.
Yeah.
So it's natural.
How often do people? Another question we get a lot is, how often do I have to email, or should I email from a business or a nonprofit?
When I meet with small business owners, I always say at least once a month to start with.
Yeah.
But really, depending on your type of business, if you're into retail sales, I have an account called Schulzberg Creamery.
Yeah.
They have many, many cheese products. So, once is probably not enough for a business like that. They are going to email weekly. But it just depends on your business and how many products you have and how large of email base you have as well. which we can talk about segmentation and things as well.
Absolutely. And if you do just commit to it, I always like you say, if it's a retail thing. For instance, one of my clients is the Bike Rack, a bike shop. It's actually the largest bike shop here in Nebraska, and a big part of their marketing plan and their strategy is constant emails. I mean, every week they send an email out, and they offer really good deals. As a matter of fact, what they do is once a month they'll do a thing which is an email exclusive offer. So they will say you have to either print this coupon or show it on your phone to get a discount on a product.
Right.
And people love that, and they see huge results from it.
Yep, we do lots of offers and emails for clients. It's a great way to convert business and send them to your website to buy.
Yeah.
So depending on your business, you might want to do at least one email a month, or maybe you're doing 4 a month or more, which kind of leads me into the next thing, and that's segmentation. So you can have many different lists depending on how products you have, or email list, and maybe that really multiplies the amount of emails, because maybe you're sending one email a month to your customers, one to prospects, maybe you have 2 different service prospects. So you could literally be doing different emails for each segmented type customers.
Yeah.
So, and we both promote Constant Contact. We use it for our own businesses as well as our customers. And so the way that you can segment, there's a couple different ways. You can email a separate list or upload a separate list of a particular audience and use that to target. Or you can tag all of your emails with a keyword and then sort by those keywords. So maybe you have a keyword as a customer, or a buyer of a particular product or service, that you can tag those, and then you can sort those emails that way and compose separate emails directed to those segmented email targets.
And it's really more simple than it sounds. I mean, uploading these lists, you can upload them as Excel spreadsheets, right. Which most point-of-purchase software lets you download your customer list. So you can actually manage your lists online too by segmenting them that way.
So that's, segmentation or segmenting your emails is a way to take email marketing to the next level, especially for, if you have multiple products and services. That way you're not sending emails to people who have already bought a product or service, so you're targeting specific groups. You don't want to have people opt out because they've already bought something and you're sending that same email to them again. So that, the next thing that's really trendy in 2018 is personalization. So, you want to segment your emails, but you also want to personalize them so that people feel special when they get those.
And I totally agree, but I do have to say this. Be careful. Make sure that if you're going to personalize them, make sure you have the spelling of their first and last name correct. With a person with, there's a lot of different spellings of my first, there's a couple different spellings of my first name, but certainly a lot for my last name. So be careful. Just make sure that if you're going to enter that data or have that data, make sure the spelling's right. And
if it comes from a list that's signed up, they're going to type it in.
Exactly.
So that's normally not an issue.
That's exactly right.
And one final thing I think we should talk about is, how do you compose, what should be in your email? Most people now look at their emails on mobile devices, iPads and phones. So as a result, last year in 2017, through Constant Contact, the stats said the most open emails now have no more than 2 images and 20 lines of text with maybe a link back to your blog or product on your website. So keep in mind, people aren't going to read a lot in an email. So newsletters really shouldn't exist anymore. It's too much information to read on a mobile device now. So
unless you do short stories and you're sending them off to the short stories.
Yep, and sending them off. So, keep in mind, less is more now, when you're composing an email, just because of mobile.
Yeah. Well, and something else we should mention too, and I think we forgot to put that on our list of what we wanted to talk about, but the reporting is unbelievable. I mean, when you send the emails to your list, to be able to find to be able to see who opened it, when they opened it, if they shared it, which links they clicked on. I mean, that data is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So your sales team could say, wow, this many people clicked on this link, which went to this widget. So they could build a list out of that and say, hey, are you interested in that widget? And call them the next week.
Yeah,
and really,
you'll see, we do lots of emails for clients as well as our own, and you'll see a big difference in the content and what is responded to or what drives traffic to your website and what doesn't. In Constant Contact, they now offer A/B split tests for subject lines too, and we know the subject line is what gets those people to open it. We also know if you use the word video, it increases the open rate by, was it 16%?
Something like that, yeah.
So using videos in your email can increase your open rates as well. But
testing's huge, and doing those A/B splits are amazing.
Yeah.
You can't really embed a video into but you can make an image that people can click on, and then it'll open up maybe either on your website or a YouTube channel.
Right. So I agree, the stats really make a difference.
Yeah.
Challenge yourself to improve your subject lines to get better open rates.
I agree, and make them honest. Don't use clickbait. Sometimes you'll see some of these emails, and sounds like the greatest deal in the world, and then you open it and it's not. Be honest, be authentic. That's what we always say in our messaging with our clients. Is that
so?
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, so if you're not emailing and you are interested in, understanding how to do that and need help with that, both Kurt and I, like I said, are solution providers for Constant Contact.
Yeah.
In the month of April, there's a special,
Yep.
and there's a special ending, in March here. So, contact either one of us.
We'll just get you a code. You just sign up for it. It is absolutely crazy affordable as far as how you can what you can do. We have a visitor out here looking around. Sorry.
So what's the discount coming up? I think it's 30% off, or
I think it's 30% off for like 3 months.
Yeah.
I'm not for sure that.
So we can get you the latest deal to sign up, and even help you upload your first list and maybe compose or put together a template that you can use moving forward.
And I've worked with almost every other major platform of email marketing, and I have to give a shout out to Constant Contact. The only reason I decided to become a solution provider with them is because they truly, over the past year, maybe year and a half, have amped their game up. I mean, they are you create events on there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and their new format is drag and drop. They've really
easy.
made it so easy. So
Yeah.
I think that's probably good. I want to thank everybody who listens to us on these. We're trying to do one weekly and come up with a different topic each week to educate people on digital marketing.
If there's anything that you want to hear about, speaking of, let us know in the comments too if there's a special topic. And if we're not the experts in it, we have a great network of people we work with. We'd be happy to bring someone else in to talk about that.
Right. So thank you, everybody, and have a great day.
Thank you.